there are a lot of different ways to battle evil. Evil occurs on a lot of different levels. Okay? It's like, why did those slaves get brought over from Africa? Well, you got the evil of people who are, for whoever they are and for whatever their reason, they're trying to make a buck off of selling somebody else into slavery. Then you got the evil of somebody who's making money off of transporting people. And then you've got the evil of these international corporations like the Dutch West Indies Company that are financing the whole thing and making big bucks. And then you got the evil of the person when they arrive who auctions them off, and then the person who buys it. You've got group evil. It's not one person. You see, that's the thing that people are afraid to admit, is that evil might collaborate. But it does. It does collaborate, unfortunately, in a big way. And when you've got multi-billionaires that are at the head of this thing, well, you've got collaboration on a big scale. They can pull a lot of strings. They grease the skids so that things... How many women, or I should say teenage girls, are going to be paid for keeping their virtue? I can't think of anybody who pays a girl for keeping her virtue. You know, you get paid if you go the other way. What if you're an assassin? You get big bucks for shooting somebody. Is anybody going to pay you big bucks for not shooting someone? The skids are always greased, you know, so that you go the wrong direction. That's why it takes people that don't want the easy way. If you want answers, the first answer is not to be able to accept some pain in your life. People that always want the easy way out of life, first time pain comes their way, hey, they book out of there, you know. Hey, I'm not going to put up with this. So the first thing is a battle in ourselves. We gotta start the battle right here and say, you know, I'm going to have some discipline. I'm going to endure some pain because, you know, I am going to be something more than just cattle. These people think I'm cattle, but I'm not. I'm a man with dignity, and I am going to stand up, and I am going to do what's right because it's right. And we just plant our feet, and we stand our ground, and you may say, well, what's right? One of the biggest abuses that the Illuminati have been able to perpetrate on us is organized religion. You don't think that you go back in and look at the grants. See, the Illuminati, they're really smart, you know, in some ways. Of course, when you run the government, you can make things go your way, but they set the system up so if you're multimillionaire, you can put your money into a tax-free foundation. So the government can't get a hold of it. Then you can set yourself up as the person that controls how that money's spent, and then you, as the head of that foundation, you give bribes to people. That's called, you know, grants. You give bribes to everybody. Look at who the Rockefeller foundations give money to. Man, all the denominations got their hands out, you know. Big bucks. $500,000 to this denomination, $500,000 to that church. Think they're going to bite the hand that feeds them? You think if your seminary is being run by Rockefeller money, you're going to preach something that's going to offend them? Think about it, people. I know you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You wonder why it's so hard to get things turned around, you know. Well, behind the scenes, you got a superstructure there. You know, on the front, it looks, well, you know, just like everything just seems to be happening. Well, there's a real strong superstructure there. And one of the ways of keeping society in place is religion, because you think you're doing it for God. Boy, in the mind control, in the Illuminati, You know what they do with their kids when they're 2 years old? It's going to blow you away. Remember I told you they create multiple personalities? They want their children, all at about age 18 months, 2 years, they want their children to give their lives to Christ. Yeah. Every victim, I worked with dozens of mind control victims that came out, mind control victims of the Illuminati. Every one of them that I've worked with became a Christian when they were a small child. Their front personality, the personality that holds the body day in, day out, is a Christian. They got a lot of evil junk behind, but they got a nice front. See, you go to the scriptures say that Satan will masquerade as an angel of light. You go back into that Greek word there, masquerade, means to wear a mask. Whoever wrote that had a lot of insight as to how these people do things. They like masks. The better the mask, the better front, the more they want it. So what is the most popular occupation of these Illuminati kingpins? Those that saw my videotape will know so don't answer it. You know the answer already. I love to ask people, and they're telling me, oh, a politician, a lawyer, or this. No, Christian ministers. That's the best front. That's the best front. Give your people a good front. Lock the people into control. You can, if somebody's in Mormonism or in the Jehovah's Witnesses, you got them locked in place. Their life is spelled out. It's not a matter of doctrine. If you're in the Jehovah's Witnesses, you're kept so busy. You got these book meetings to go to. You've got your door-to-door field work to do. They keep you busy. Your life is structured. That's one of the things that we're facing is structure. We have a 9-to-5 job, and when you're done with the job, you're so exhausted working for a company that's probably owned, the stocks are probably owned or controlled, or the board of directors is Illuminati. You're exhausted, you come home and you flop down in front of a sitcom, and then you go through the same ritual again, They got you. And I'm going to I don't have a planned speech for you guys, so I can say whatever I want. That okay? Yes. Okay. With all due respects to Christ, and I'm a Christian, by the way, or I try to be a follower of Christ, so I'm not trying to knock people that believe the teachings of Christ at all, but I want to be historically accurate with you, okay? Because most Christians are off in la-la land. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth.